Hello, ISNR vendors. We are thrilled to have you for our upcoming ISNR conference and want to make sure that you have all the tools you need as a vendor to succeed in registering. We are going to walk through a step-by-step process. I'm actually going to demo how to get registered as the vendor, either the sponsor or the exhibitor. And I'm also going to show you how to add your booth registrants, meaning those extra booth staff registrations that come with your level of either an exhibitor or a sponsor. I also am going to show you how to add a dinner guest for Saturday night because oftentimes we have people who want to bring their spouse, a colleague in the field, a friend for our dinner on Saturday night and the party that follows. And previously, that's been a bit of a manual process. And this year, we were able to include it in our registration process. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to isnrconference.org. Then you're going to go to the top right of that page, and that is going to be where you can click the Register Now button. I can't demo that for you right now because I have it in test mode, so I'm not showing you that, but that's pretty straightforward. If you get to isnrconference.org, you can also go to Become a Vendor, and there's a registration button there. Once you click that button, you'll end up on the page that I'm about to show you. Let me share my screen really quickly. All right, so you should be able to see my screen. Now, this is for an exhibitor, and I'm showing the exhibitor because exhibitors only get one extra booth staff. So I will show you what that looks like once you've hit your maximum. Our sponsors, silver and gold and platinum, all get additional booth staff. So you'll keep doing the process that I show you at the end until you maximize all of your registrations for that. So once you click register, you're going to click here. You're going to land here on exhibitor registration. For sponsors, it'll say sponsor registration, of course. Now at the top, you're going to see select registration type. Because you've already selected the exhibitor path, it's going to have that pre-selected for you, and you'll just continue down this path. You're going to click your first name. So I'm just going to do mine for now. And then you have to have an actual email. I'm going to say test 10 just to give a demo here. And then your phone number can be anything that is an actual phone number. Then your company, you can do ISNR, your title, demo, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you type in there is going to be accepted. You see the little red dot, that means, or asterisk, that means that you do have to have something in that field. Now, if you are an administrator for the company, this is where you'll add your information. It's important to note that the information that's put here at the beginning of this page, you do not want that to be the administrator. This needs to be whoever is going to be on site to represent the company as the primary booth staff registrant. Now, I say primary meaning the person that you're first going to register. It doesn't actually matter. There's no difference in the two different registrations that you get, like the primary and then the complimentary booth staff. You have access to the same things at the conference. However, it does matter if the person is on site or not, because this information is what we pull from in order to print the badges on site. So if you're an administrator, you can do this entire process for your team. You would just only put your information here if applicable. If you are not an administrator and you're registering yourself, go ahead and go through this process right here. So you want to say, yes, you're going to be on site. Yes, hopefully you've already booked your hotel. If you haven't, get on that. And then on our very first page here, we're going to select our meal options. So we're going to do, let's say chicken, and let's say I don't have any allergies. If you do have any allergies, of course, put other. Now, the final thing here, which is new this year, is going to be our Saturday night dinner guest. As you know, we often have people who want to invite their colleagues, their staff, their spouses, etc., to Saturday night. So we are going to add that here. Just click Add Dinner Guest. You're going to come to a different page. It's going to pop up with this. You'll see that I've explained that there. This is not for your booth staff registrants. This is only for a guest who will only have access to Saturday evening, the dinner, and then the following party. So here we're going to say guest 1, and then we'll say guest 1 at gmail.com, just as a demo here. Again, just some phone number here. You're going to pick that same dinner option and then whatever allergies they have, and then click add. Now we have some people who want to bring multiple guests. So you'll just add another guest using that same button. So we'll say guest to gmail.com. All right. The email has to be unique, but everything else can be the same, just so you know. So it doesn't actually matter if you know the phone number. They can always go, or you can go in and add that information or update it later. And let's say this person wants salmon and they have a dairy allergy. Then you click add. Okay, so you can do that for as many guests as you would like. So make sure that you add the information there. And then at the bottom of the page, you'll see next. You'll click that. This is possibly the most confusing part of this process, which is why I'm making a video. So we have added 2 guests, but you as the booth staff registrant, so my name, Noelle, at the beginning here, I have not picked the registration option, right? My guests have automatically been assigned the Saturday evening guest pass. There's no other option for them. But for myself, you'll see that that guest pass is not available. So I can't even click on it, right? But down here, let's say I'm an exhibitor, right? That's this demo. So I am going to pick exhibitor right here, and you'll see that my guests are not an option. They can't be an exhibitor the way that I've added them, but I can be. So we'll go here, select that. Now you'll see a total of 3 selected because I have 2 guests and then myself as the primary exhibitor. We go down here. If you are not an ISNR member, go ahead and hit NA. You have to put something in that field. If you know your membership number, please put it. And if you're not a member, just put NA. And then we click next. Then we go through and we're going to choose our sessions. Now, there's a few tweaks that I'm going to do to this page, but as you'll see, you'll see if you do this, it might say pre-conference workshop first, but either way, you're going to scroll down and you're going to choose all your options here. So what you'll notice is that I can pick the unlimited conference workshop package. Those are going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the afternoon, 3-hour conference workshops. And we usually have 15. We don't know that number just yet, so we're guessing, but usually it's 5 per day. And then down at the bottom here, you'll see we have examples of pre-conference workshops. I don't have those entered in yet. We don't have all the submissions in yet, but I put them in as a placeholder so we can select them. If I select this, you'll see that I, as the primary booth registrant, I'm the only person eligible to purchase a pre-conference workshop. Your guests, again, when you add them as a dinner guest, they're only going to have access to Saturday night. So let's say I want to add that. And then I do want to add the unlimited workshop package, so I'll click that. So we'll go through this. Now I have already pre-selected for the registrant, the booth registrant, the sessions that will automatically come with that registration so that you don't have to go through and click each of these buttons, which means you'll have access in the attendee website without any additional work. That one selected just means that it's for you. Your guests are not eligible for that. So you won't undo that. You'll just leave that one selected, scroll down to the bottom. We do have workshops, again, kind of placeholder right now. So if you want to add in one of those, I will put that information in once we get all the submissions in and we know what is being accepted for the conference in terms of presentation. And then you scroll down to the bottom. This, by the way, is only if you want to do, let's say you're only going to be able to do 1 or 2 conference workshops, Thursday or Friday or Saturday and Friday. I highly recommend choosing the unlimited workshop package if you're going to do 3 of the conference workshops because it's only $5 more and you'll get to attend anything on site and you'll also get the recordings for every single workshop that we offer. So it's a really good deal. Now, if we see here at the bottom, social activity, you'll see included with registration. That's because it's included for everybody, you as the exhibitor as well as your guest. So you don't have to select anything there. Optional items. This is going to be where you're going to purchase your CE credits for those that want CE credits. It's also going to be where you can take advantage of some of our marketing opportunities. We have lots of different opportunities. And if you'll notice, they start at a higher price point and then they move down. So down towards the bottom, you'll see some more affordable options. We have something as small as $79, say for a social media post, all the way up to some of those on-site sponsorships. Right now in this demo, some things show that they're closed because we've been testing it. Don't worry about that. You'll see that when you actually go to register and we update the registration process. Additional personal information. So this is going to be where you put in your address. We'll go ahead. I'm going to show you this because it's one of those things that is kind of tricky. It will start, if you do the auto fill in feature, it'll work. But sometimes with the country, especially if you're in the US, it tries to do the other ones, United States minor outlying islands. Try to just make sure that says USA if you are coming from the US. And then your state, it might autofill the 2 letters, but what you actually want to do is do the drop down. So I'm going to say, for fun, we'll say Arizona. Well, I guess I should say Illinois, since that's our conference location last year, and it filled in the rest, so that should work. I'm going to say, no, I'm not a first-time attendee, and I'm going to say, no, I'm not a first-time sponsor or exhibitor. And then if you have a chance, you can fill this in. And then you can pick your pronouns or not. That's not required. Do you have any university affiliations? That's helpful for us, just knowing who is attending our conference. And then what your expertise or occupation is. If it's not listed, you can certainly hit other and type that in. So I'll just say psychologist here, go on. And then travel information. This feels like a lot of questions, I know, but it really does help us plan for the on-site activities. So you're going to want to just click through here. Most people are going to be arriving on Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's say we want to stay for breakfast, and yes, I'm interested in a table to sign your books. For all of you vendors out there, we do have an option this Sunday for this conference, this Sunday, following all the academic sessions, we're going to do a 2-hour book signing. So let us know if you're interested in that. If you click yes, we can't guarantee a table, but it does give us an idea of what the interest level is there. And then we have our vendor workshops on Sunday afternoon, 11 to 4, and that's always a good opportunity, and they're free for everybody. So if you want to offer that, we allow vendors to purchase that. And then if you want to attend, just let us know right there. And then what day you're going to be checking out. Checking out is not required. We don't need to know that as much, but the earlier information we do. Most people are checking out that day. And then if you have a particular month and location that you might want the conference to be in future years, go ahead and select that or give us your suggestion. And then if you have other conferences that you find value in and that you think maybe ISNR would be good to attend ourselves as an organization, please put that here. We're always looking for new opportunities. Finally, terms and conditions, you do have to agree to the terms and conditions. That's right here. People can opt out of being included in the sponsor and exhibitor list. That goes to all of you vendors. You'll notice we made it an opt-out, so hopefully not too many people opt out. And then you're going to look at your registration summary. You're going to make sure that this is all accurate. You're going to look through those questions. You're going to see what your table is. You'll see your prices over here. You'll see, you will not see the sessions that are automatically included. I didn't want to make this registration summary too messy. So I just, I'm only showing you things that you're actually paying for. And then you'll also see any of your optional items here. And then your guests, they'll be down here. So you'll see that. Now this button right here, add complimentary vendor booth staff registrations. This is going to be where you are going to add that second booth registration for exhibitors. And then for silvers and gold and platinum, you're going to add even more than an extra one. Now we're going to go through this and we're going to say the same information. This has to be for the second person that will be representing the company in your booth for the conference on site. So we're going to say booth staff number, we'll say 2, and we'll say second. Okay. And then second booth staff. We're just using this fun stuff for demo. Okay. And then company, same. So we'll say ISNR because I picked ISNR before. And then second staff. And then I'm not the administrator here, so I don't need to put that. If you are the administrator, you don't need to put it a second time. And then, yes, I'm coming on site. Yes, I've already booked the hotel. What do you want for dinner and what allergies you have? And then your second booth staff can add a guest if they would like. They would click that button, go through the same process. But right now, I'm not going to show you that again just for time. Then you go through the same exact thing, except your booth staff for the person that's complimentary, you want to add them as the exhibitor booth staff here. So you're going to select that. You'll notice it's free. So that's important because it's not going to add to you because it is complimentary. It comes with that original exhibitor. So you're not going to pay 5,000, right? You're just going to do the 2,500 here. And then you're going to go here and you're going to click NA, or you're going to put your ISNR membership number for that second booth staff member. Again, session bundles, all of this information is the exact same. Let's say that your booth staff doesn't want any additional sessions. They're only going to do the things that come with the registration. So you can just click next at the top. Same thing here. If they're not doing any sessions, they probably don't need CEs, and you maybe have already purchased all the other marketing opportunities. So you can click next at the top here. And then you're going to put that person's information in. So we'll do this, see how it wants to do that. So we type in USA if we're going to do that. And then we type Arizona. Okay, so it auto-filled there. And then no, not first time attendee. And then let's say yes, this maybe the second booth staff is. So we say yes. Notice there's no sub-question there. Pronouns, doesn't matter. We'll just click psychologist here. And then next at the bottom. Obviously, make this information as accurate as possible because we want it to accurately reflect our attendees. Helps us make decisions about when and where to host the conference and who is attending and who we can target in terms of audience. Click on whatever your travel plans are for the second booth staff member. And no, not going to, not interested. And then sure, they are going to go to a vendor workshop. And then this guy, so I'm just kind of clicking through just to give you an idea here. And then if they have other ideas, they also have to agree to the terms and conditions, and then next. And then they're going to review so right here, this is going to be the original booth staff up here, right? That was me. And then second booth staff, you're reviewing all of this information here. Okay, great. And now you'll notice because exhibitors only get one extra booth staff, this button is now grayed out. So there's nothing that you can do beyond this to add any booth staff. Gold and silver and platinum, you'll have the opportunity to keep adding people for your registrants. Then you're going to go to your payment page and you will come down here to credit card. And then you are going to type in a credit card number. I'm just going to use a fake one here. So this guy, and then four, and this maybe say, I'll just do that. And then you click submit. Then it's going to give you your final page here. Once the payment has processed. Great. Now we are working on this URL. It's a little light, but right now you can just hit copy URL or you can share there. It's a nice way to share on your social media feed that you have registered for the conference. You're excited to be a vendor. We really appreciate that. And if you tag us, we will also share it. So make sure to do that. Then you have this confirmation page. Right here, you'll see your confirmation number. You'll also get an email with this, as will the booth staff registrant. The guests are connected to the person who added the guest, so they won't get their own separate confirmation email. Now, let's say you have to change out that booth staff registrant. So you can actually transfer that registration here. Just put in the name and email address for that person and hit submit, and it'll transfer over if your booth staff person changes. And then you can also modify your registration. If you click modify your registration, which is true. Once the registration is live, you'll see a link underneath the registration button that says already registered, modify here. It'll take you to the same page and you'll be able to go into your registration and go through this whole process again and add anything that you don't want. Let's say I don't want to actually modify my registration here. So I'm going to go back to my confirmation page. Again, this is your website navigation up at the top that I was mentioning. This post registration only shows up once you are registered. It's basically showing that you're logged in. Now, we've added some things to this confirmation page to give you some information, but you'll see all of the details here and some ways that people can donate, and a big thank you to our sponsors. All right, thank you guys so much. I hope that that helps. If you have any questions, you know who to reach out to, and I look forward to seeing you on site.